a year. A simple but direct greeting among the hundreds awaiting Her Majesty a short car trip away at Portsmouth Cathedral. Well, the large and good-natured crowd behind me has waited patiently under grey skies, some of them for several hours. Their patience has been rewarded, the sky has turned blue, the sun has come out just as Her Majesty arrives. Onlookers are allowed within inches of the car, another sign perhaps of the monarch wanting to get closer to the people. Then a moment of history for one family. The Queen's attention is drawn to an upstairs window. She waves. She waves to cancer sufferer Kenneth Lambert. He's so ill he can't collect his Maundy money, even though he lives less than 50 yards from the cathedral door.
I think she was persuaded by the provost or the bishop to give me a special wave.
And what did that wave mean to you?
A lot.
If he's not going to live very long, it's going to be a nice ending to the chapter in his life.
This ceremony dates back more than 800 years. The Queen is 72, so by tradition she distributes the Maundy money to 72 men and 72 women, pensioners chosen for service to church or community, and each receives silver pennies, tuppences, threepences and fourpences to the value of the sovereign's age. Among them the caretaker who looked after Portsmouth Cathedral for 18 years. He's also celebrating his 65th wedding anniversary.
As I took the money, she smiled at me and I said, "Thank you very much, ma'am, and this is a good present for a great present for our anniversary."
These coins are hunted by collectors who'll pay up to £1,000 a set. If a coin collector came up and said, "Would you sell them?" what would you say?
No fear, I won't. Never.
Children chosen to hold nosegays and leave the cathedral with the Queen relived the experience.
Oh yeah, I was really thrilled, I couldn't really believe it. Well, I was quite excited and I didn't think that I'd be chosen to do this and I was really excited.
Sentiments echoed by the crowd.
First time I've seen the Queen and I think she's very lovely.
I think it's a great occasion, but for the whole of Christendom, really.
Oh, she looks wonderful, yeah.
I think it's very important that we recognise that the Queen thought we were important enough to come to our cathedral.
Her Majesty left memories here that will last a lifetime. Hugh Kirby at Portsmouth Cathedral for Meridian Tonight.
From the cathedral to the Guildhall Square, and the day continued with a royal walkabout. Evidence of a new, more relaxed approach. Prince Philip helping a young girl through the barrier to present flowers to the Queen and chatting informally with the public.
He asked about the electric buggy, how far it could go, and I told him where it would, how far it went. He said, "Well, it only takes you to the pub, doesn't it?"
Locally baked hot cross buns were presented by bakers and their children before the Queen formally accepted the keys to the city, a ceremony dating back to when Portsmouth was a garrison town. After lunch, the Queen went to Admiral Lord Nelson's school in Copner, where she was met by parents protesting about a shortage of secondary school places in the city. She officially opened the new school before joining pupils for a maths lesson.
We were showing the Queen how to work out the surface areas and volumes of cylinders, cones and spheres.
I don't think it's ever going to be, never experience anything the same again, so I felt very privileged.
Meanwhile, Prince Philip visited the Meridian Trust, a charity which helps build self-esteem in disadvantaged youngsters.
A bit nervous at first, but then all the nerves went, and he's just a nice chap.
And the Duke added his written support to a drug awareness bus.
And I leant over the banister and grabbed the pen and said, "Would he mind just sticking his signature up there for the young people?" And he said, "Not a problem."
After the history and formality of the Maundy ceremony, the Queen used the rest of the day to look to the future and get to know some of her younger subjects. Holly Lewis in Portsmouth for Meridian Tonight.
Wonderful day. A man's...
Good evening. The centuries-old presentation of Maundy Money by the Queen took place today in Portsmouth Cathedral for the first time. The ceremony was the centrepiece of the Queen and Prince Philip's day-long visit to the city. Bruce Parker reports.
For Royal Helicopter spotters, a first before the Queen had even arrived at Portsmouth. The new Sikorsky S-76, used for the first time by the Queen today and which replaces the two veteran Wessex helicopters. A milestone too for Portsmouth Cathedral, where the Maundy service itself was held for the first time. The service dates back to the 12th century and was nearly always held in London. The present Queen decided that the ceremonial should also be held outside London, as it already has been in Salisbury, Winchester and Chichester. And today, Portsmouth, with its cathedral begun in Norman times but only completed 8 years ago. The recipients of the Maundy Money today were all pensioners, selected for their Christian service to the church and community, as many as the sovereign has years of age, 72 men and women. They were each given 2 purses of specially minted coins, silver pennies, twopences, threepences and fourpences. The coins are legal tender. A set has a face value of 10 pence, but the very nature of the coinage makes them, of course, considerably more valuable than that.
A great honour to be given the money as the Maundy Money from the Queen.
Of course, they are legal tender, you know that?
Yes, I gather they are.
You're not going to spend them?
But we don't intend to part with them.
Gifts from the Queen and to the Queen on her way to Guildhall Square. First, some hot cross buns prepared by Portsmouth bakers, and then chocolate Easter eggs, one each for the Queen and Prince Philip. Followed by the presentation of the keys of the city by the garrison commander.
Your Majesty, it is my honour and my privilege to present Your Majesty with the keys to the city of Portsmouth.
The Queen accepted and then returned them. After lunch inside the Guildhall, the Queen went on to the new Admiral Lord Nelson School near Copner. This was a modern maths lesson, certainly far removed from anything the Queen herself would have experienced, but ably explained to Her Majesty by the young people themselves.
We did show her how to find out, how to work out the radius of the cylinder base, which she seemed to understand.
And while the Queen was at the Admiral Lord Nelson School, Prince Philip went to the Meridian Trust, a charity set up to provide a challenging environment for young people. Bruce Parker for South Today with the Queen and Prince Philip in Portsmouth.